You know that feeling, right? You're trying to read, maybe a book, maybe just some instructions, and you find yourself squinting. Your eyes feel tired, things are a little blurry. It's something we've all dealt with. Well, today we're going to shed some light, literally, on a really surprising solution to that exact problem.
So, what's the first thing you think of when that happens? If you're anything like me, your brain immediately goes, I just need more light. This lamp isn't bright enough. It feels so obvious, doesn't it? But what if I told you that gut instinct is actually leading us in the completely wrong direction?
Okay, so let's get right into it because this is where it gets fascinating. The source material for this explainer points out that a great reading setup has almost nothing to do with sheer brute force brightness. No, it's all about targeted light. It's a much smarter, more subtle approach, and honestly, it works so much better.
So, if a super bright light isn't the answer, then what's really going on? Well, it's time to meet the real villain of this story, the thing that's actually causing most of our reading headaches. And its name is glare.
This right here, this slide, this flips the whole idea on its head. We walk around thinking we have a brightness shortage, a power problem. But the reality, we have a geometry problem. It's not about how much light you have, it's about the angle of that light. It's about where it's coming from and where it's going. So what even is glare? Well, it's simply that shiny hot spot on the page that bounces right off the paper and directly into your eyes. You know, think of the sun reflecting off a car's windshield. It's impossible to see through, right? That is exactly what's happening on your book page, just on a smaller scale. It's literally washing out the words you're trying to read. But here's the great news. If it's a geometry problem, that means it has a geometry solution. And you definitely don't need to be a math whiz to figure it out. This is where you actually get to take back control and make reading comfortable again. And look how simple the fix is. I seriously want you to try this the next time you sit down to read. Put your book down, switch on your lamp, and actually look for that shiny spot. Find the glare. Now, just start moving your lamp. A little to the left, maybe a little higher. Watch what happens. That hot spot just slides right off the page. Gone. It's like a magic trick.
Now, this is a really important piece of the puzzle. There is no one single magical angle that works for everything. Think about it. Reading a glossy magazine is going to create way different glare than writing on plain matte paper. The real skill here isn't finding one perfect spot. It's learning to adjust on the fly for whatever you're doing.
So, what does all this mean for you, right now, in this moment? It means that the single most effective upgrade you can make to your reading life is probably sitting right there on your desk already.
And here it is, the big reveal. The most powerful, the most useful, the most immediate upgrade you can make costs exactly zero. Zilch. Not a single penny. This isn't about running out and buying a fancy new lamp. And that's really the core takeaway today. The most powerful change you can make is to stop thinking about power and start thinking about position. Before you even dream of going on a shopping spree, just try moving the light you already own. It's about working smarter, not brighter.
Okay, so let's pull all these pieces together. Based on everything we've just covered, what does a perfect reading setup actually look like? Well, it's actually beautifully simple. It all comes down to these three things. Number one, targeted light. You want the light shining on your book, not blasting you in the face. Number two, our big one for today, reduced glare. You got to move that lamp to kill those reflective hotspots. And finally, number three, a stable page. Make sure what you're reading is held steady. You get those three things working together, and you have a recipe for effortless reading. And that brings us to our final thought for today. You know, this whole idea of position over power, it doesn't just work for reading lamps. It's a pretty powerful way to think about solving all kinds of problems. So I'll just leave you with this question. What's one small change in your position, your perspective, your angle of attack that you can make today to solve a much bigger problem?